that even though my family, my parents initially didn't understand what I was doing. They thought I was just making black people music. You know. But what we realized is, in our black world, we're all black. We're all the minorities. We've all been dealing with this, and we share a rich history with Africa, with percussion. When you think of percussion, you're only thinking about Africa, and you're thinking about Punjabi. I'm not even going to say India. We have the dole, we have the percussion, we have the bump, we have the tabla. And for me, the natural rhythms were there. I just want to continue with it. I mean, again, you guys are showing me today that what I'm doing is something that is acceptable, and I really dramatically appreciate that. I work with an artist by the name of Sick Knowledge. He's a Montreal-based, he's a Montreal-based artist. I know he's been on Bobby Friction a few times. Me and him have a lot in common. We share the same first name. Our birthdays are a day apart. We're the exact same age. We both have the same number of sisters. We have very similar family situations. We have a lot in common. He's also one of the first openly homosexual artists that I've come across. And he's gone through a lot because of that. So for those who may not know Sick Knowledge, he's the person that produced Boggy. So if you know me as that guy who sings Go Boggy Boggy, the music was made by Sick Knowledge. And it's interesting because that song was supposed to be called Fuck the Homophobes. And he made that song actually for people in England, because he was receiving death threats from people in the UK. And he was going to make this song called Fuck the Homophobes, saying, I'm fed up with this. Let's bring it out. And what he actually did was he tattooed a triangle over his chest. And that's the same tagging that homosexuals were given by him. And to show that he knows he's going to be constantly oppressed. And he made this track called F the Homophobes, and it was on that beat. And then he realized that, this may not be the best thing to do. And then he just literally scrapped the whole project. And when I heard that music, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Can I please have it? And I asked him to rename the whole track. And the beauty of that track, because we're not going to perform today, because we're not in a musical environment, is that there's no Punjabi instruments in it. We're working really hard to, I apologize. We've been working really hard to, again, contribute to the culture, and we made this song that it sounds very dancey, and a lot of people think that we sound some Bollywood stuff and all that, but we didn't. It's Algerian. It's North African. And the purpose of this, again, is to show, to make an international sound. We're people of the world. When you think of Punjabis now, Punjabis are no longer from Punjab. I was born in Canada. I've been in Punjab parts of my entire life. Many of you may or may not have gone there recently. We are defining what it means to be Punjabi. What you have in the UK, you guys are defining what it means. What I have in Toronto, I'm defining what it means. And I think it's an awesome job what we're doing. So Techno Organic is the next one I want to perform. And I actually want to perform his verses. So I'm doing this because he's here in spirit. He does a lot of the work, I do a lot of the credit. That seems to be our relationship. So I always try my best to pay him tribute. And if you do follow the movement, you do realize we have a huge family back there, and they're all super jealous that I'm here right now. So the next one's called Techno Organic. And it starts off with him saying, I see Africa in all races, getting down to rhythms of odd paces. Couldn't catch his beat if you rep the Star David with guns akimbo spraying running through Ramallah. Odd like a 13-and-a-half-step garba. Poor people is fed up like bounty killer. And that's the sound of my environment. They move to rhythms with bombs dropping in the distance. Children of resistance, dodging mines like a river dance. You and I dance to get in people's pants. They dance to dodge shit. So when you see us standing in the B-boy stance, know that it's techno-organic. And when you forgot your PIN, password, and user ID, you need to know yourself. Hook up like a USB or an IV. And now we're feeding from that YouTube, true dude, all that stuff we hear that's new, is doo-doo. And step into MySpace, get smacked in the Facebook. Hey, look, they crook, sales down, they shook. You charge a lot, give a little, we'll call them ringtones. Streaming a new revenue, everybody sings along. No need to panic, we're gonna spit it techno-organic. And no need to panic, we're gonna spit it techno-organic. And it sounds so brolic when I'm rapping with Signal. So brolic is an American slang, and I'll explain some of these things. Brolic means built. So clearly, my physique is epic. So one of my very good friends said that, you sound like you're 6'7" when you rap. Like my voice is the only thing that gives me size. So I go, no need to panic, we be spitting techno-organic, and it makes so much logic that I'm messing with knowledge, because we do the tracks like the Tutsi to the Congolese, Janjaweed, the Sudanese, the UN, to the back to Africa like sincere. Half of us, it goes in one ear and out the other, and it's unclear. Like those bloody diamonds from Sierra Leone. We'll chop a rhyme, we'll chop a bone for a gem, and then we're gone. What we try our best to do is we try our best to realize that the tyranny that our people go through when we hear, so for example, I know today was Turban Day. There were protests outside, I think it was Parliament today, regarding the bans of religious headgears. I guess, I'm not assuming it's not just turbans, I guess it's also the hijab and a lot of the secular nations. What we need to realize is what I'm going through and what our hijabi sisters are going through and what anybody is going through who's being judged on the outside, it's the same thing. You know, and the same way when I'm walking down the street and let's say, for example, somewhere in the southern parts of America, and people seem to say, hey, look, Osama bin Laden, right? To me, that's no different than one of opponents seeing me like, hey, that guy raps about Sikhism. Because we're just looking on the outside. And then when I went to Cuba, you have big smiles. Hey, Osama bin Laden! Because Americans are their friends. And you start realizing that the more you travel in the world, the context of them change. But the reality is people are judging before their understanding. And again, going back to this gallery, they're not paying me to plug it. I'm just very happy that I got to be here for you. Especially with the tour, this gallery helped me understand before I judge. So they gave me an opportunity to go through the entire gallery, and I'm looking at these pictures, and I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. All right, that's pretty cool. You know, what's that? I don't know what that was. And then when I got the tour, and I got to hear about the little nuances of the arts, what certain things indicated, there was that one picture of Maharaja Ranjit Singh inspecting horses. So I just looked at that, oh yeah, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, missing an eye, big dude, Hadi Singh Alwa, all right, cool. Then let's move on. And then after, when I started seeing the body languages, there's a character in there standing like this, for example. And then hearing the history of the treachery within the regime. You know, it made it a lot more, it made these characters a lot more human to me. It made them a lot more relatable to me. And it gave me a sense of pride. That there is a rich history that I've never heard about. Because when I was growing up, all I was told was, you know, after Guru Gobind Singh, things got pretty good, and Maharaja Ranjit Singh ran majority of Punjab and up to Afghanistan, but he drank. So we don't really worry about it. And he had a lot of wives, so we're not really worried about his confidence. And then, when we were trying to get, India back from the British, there was this guy named Bhagat Singh, and he was cool too, but then he cut his hair, so we're not going to worry about this guy. And this is exactly how I was raised, and I'm being brutally honest. This is how I was raised, and I would easily just discredit people. Oh, he does this. Oh, he smokes weed. Oh, he drinks. I would just discredit people. I would judge before I understood. And it took me being in the public eye, me being judged before I was understood, to go back and realize that I do the same things. And I think, again, what this exhibit is also showing is, when I think of Harmandir Sahib, I think of 84. I was 3 years old when it happened. I have pictures with Chachi and Mame who were drinking and partying in December of 2003. Sorry, in December of 1983. Who are now Amritdhari Gursits now. And I didn't realize that one event had such an impact on them that it changed the way that they decided to continue their lives. What this exhibit let me see is this wasn't the first time that we've gone through. And this exhibit also helped me realize why did we go through this? How did a region people, and I'm going to keep it to a region of people, irrespective of their religious beliefs, their caste, their creed, how a region of people who were flourishing, doing so well, just divided and broke up. And now, Punjab politically is this little corner of what it used to be, a little pimple of India compared to this flourishing, what I have over here, this giant flourishing, huge region which represents the 5 rivers. And how the people who were making their living and their sustenance off these rivers, this river water, how they're losing it out now to large corporations. And how if Punjab had all their water, if they had all the water that they are entitled to legally, it wouldn't be enough for their